Hello everybody, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Project Zomboid, where we are back at Riverside and went ahead and did a few things. I'm starting to do some tailoring, not so much, I'm just ripping apart the clothing so we can get the thread and whatnot. Other than that, yeah, we just had a few very foggy days, so I went ahead and just read and ate and did some things. I went ahead and did some things in the base, put up my mannequins, got some things ready for our car workshop if we ever want to do that. We just got a level in Nimble, like not even a minute ago. Let's see, we also got a level in Cooking. Yeah, not too much. Not too much going on. I have an idea. So once we get done with Riverside, I'm gonna go ahead and go towards. I'm gonna pause the game so zombies don't sneak up on me. Once we're done with Riverside, we're gonna go towards the country club. Once we clear out the country club, then we're gonna go towards Lick Skillet. Yep, that's its name. You can look it up. Lick Skillet. We're gonna go ahead and, you know, absolutely wreck Lick Skillet, and then we're gonna go head our way towards Rosewood. We're basically going to ignore this entire part of the map. I mean, sure, we can go towards this area, but the amount of zombies that are going to be there, I mean, like in this little part, who cares? It's literally minuscule. There's no point of going up there. Not until they add Ekron up here. Once they add Ekron, then there'll be a reason to go up that way. Or unless you have Raven Creek. Raven Creek is amazing. You guys should get Raven Creek. It's a fantastic map mod. But once we're done with Rosewood, we're gonna, and the prison's gonna be its own little thing. Like, we're gonna go towards Rosewood, clear Rosewood, then we're gonna do the prison, and then we're gonna do the secret military base. Now, the secret military base is probably gonna have, I mean, this right here isn't gonna be the worst part. This stretch of land right here is going to be the absolute worst part, especially right now, considering it's going to be completely wooded. This whole stretch of land right here is going to be the worst. It's going to be so terrible. Yeah. That's going to be a feat of its own. We're definitely going to go through here with axes. I'm not even going to try using anything else other than axes. This is going to have to be an axe-only run right in here. And then once we're done with that, we're going to make our way towards the boring old March Ridge. Now, I know there's a few people that really enjoy March Ridge. I'm not one of those people. There's just nothing here. There's a VHS store, sure. That's about it. The movie theater, maybe? It's okay. March Ridge is just, it's whatever. It's the most boring part of Project Zomboid. I actually haven't, I don't remember the last time I've been here, I'll be honest. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to March Ridge, so that's going to be fun. And then we're going to make our way towards Muldrow. We're going to clear out Muldrow. The train station, this entire part right here and downwards on the heat map of 16x is actually marked no zombies. So let's say you want to do a 16x run, a good strat is actually going towards the train station. A really good strat is actually going towards a train station. It's mostly walled. It's a really good base for 16x to kind of get started. Once we're done with Muldrow, whichever one, I don't care. We're gonna do Dixie. Dixie shouldn't be too bad. And then we're gonna make it towards the second worst spot in the game. Second worst, maybe third. If you want to count Valley Station, which I guess it would be. This is going to be an absolute terror. West Point's going to be insane. And then once we're done with West Point, we're gonna make our way towards Valley Station, and then we're gonna kick it off in Louisville. I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be like a, I don't know, 300 episode series. I guarantee it. Until we start like actually making our way through the zombies. Like, let's say when we get towards once we finish up Rosewood, and there's like hardly any zombies that can actually migrate, and they're all just, you know, slowly migrating away from the highly populated areas, then I guess that would start making sense. But at the time being, that's not the case. It seems, I mean, this whole area right here isn't all that populated anymore. We're going through this without any issue whatsoever. In fact, we could probably start pulling zombies with alarms and everything if we really wanted, but I'm gonna try and stay away from that strat. So yeah, that's fun. We're gonna just continue on forth what we were doing. Alright. I went ahead and honked my horn. There's a few straggling zombies around this area, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pull them away from the area. The horn isn't super loud. It might seem scary right now, but it's not too bad. Plus, again, once you've done 16x uniform, zombies are just a joke. They're just a joke at that point. I can walk through zombies like they're nothing. Like, I just don't stress this anymore. Some people are like, oh man, how do you handle that many zombies? It's just like, well, once you understand their mechanics, it's not really that bad. Zombies only have 3 actions that they can do. And once you understand those 3 actions, then you're just fine. And how they can perform those actions and how many frames those actions require to perform. In fact, you can play this game at lower frames and actually be invincible. It's hilarious. You can probably play this game at 15 frames per second and be absolutely untouchable. It's amazing. Of course, if you play it right, you know. I'm not saying, oh, everybody just turn your frames down and you'll be invincible. No, you still gotta play it correctly. You can still catch a zombie's grab action very, very easily. You just have to be able to maneuver yourself in a way that they can never perform a grab action. I know it's hard to, I'm probably not explaining that very well. It's easier to show it, but like, even if you show it, it's still like, how is he doing that? How on earth is he even doing that right now? That makes no sense. Also, we went ahead and unlocked the door on the sports car. I can't remember which kind of sports car it is. It's just a sports car to me. I don't know its name. It's so weird. A lot of Project Zomboid players, like, they memorize the names of the cars and everything. Like, oh, that's the bull Dover or whatever the hell it's called. They're like, yeah, that's like the best car in the game, blah 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 blah, this and that. I'm like, man, that's just a car to me. Why, that's just a vehicle to me. I have no idea what you're talking about. All I care about is the Porsches. I don't know if that's modded or not. The Porsches? It might be. I could be wrong. I'm so glad that the crowbar is doing work now. Remember when the crowbar was ass? Now it's easily one-shotting zombies. Of course, we are exerted. We have a bit of exertion, so we're feeling that. Other than that, we're doing pretty good. I can't wait to go to the other locations. I'm honestly kind of sick of Riverside, but you know, that is this run. It's a whole lot of this just constantly doing the same thing around the areas. Just constantly doing that. Okay, we've reached the point where zombies start spawning with the, what, M760? Something like that? I can't remember what the name of this gun is. So we have an infinite supply of that ammunition now. An absolute infinite supply of that. Just watch, there's gonna be hundreds of zombies with that gun on their back. Hundreds of zombies. And they just never quit. I would like to sit down, zombies. I'm quite exerted. All the swinging of my iron stick is making me tired. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the ground. We're gonna speed up time a little bit. I wanna... I don't know. I guess I'll loot that zombie real quick. I don't know. Of course, our stool's downtown, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've got it in my pocket or anything. I don't think I picked it up for any reason. I would go ahead and tear up all these zombies' clothing, but that's also M788, MSR 788. Yeah, I would do that, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it might just be boring. Let's go ahead and rack this as well. Bam. If you guys don't know how to rack in this game, you can go ahead and rack your firearms with X. An easy way. I guess I'll take this. I mean, it's not the best condition. We'll definitely find better condition at MSRs. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need that. All we really care about is the ammunition. The ammunition, the 308 rounds, is fantastic. Even though it only gives you about, what, 3? It's still worth picking up. Because you can get a whole lot of ammunition if you start picking them up every single time. I mean, if 10 zombies have those guns on them, that's 30 rounds right there. That's 30 rounds that you've already accumulated. But yeah, I'll meet you guys when we get further into town since we went ahead and dealt with this. Well, it's looking like yeah, the zombies have kind of filled out this area again. Must have migrated through when we were gone for those couple days. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and reclaim this area. It'll be fine. There's maybe a couple dozen zombies in the area. I just don't want to leave them there. We might as well just kill them so that we can get it over with. It's better that way anyway. You know, this is a good spot if you want to farm up electrical. A lot of these zombies have a bunch of cameras on them because they're supposed to be tourists. Because it's Riverside, you know, the one town that you've never heard of in Kentucky that nobody tours around. I wonder why they've made this a tourist destination. Or why they've picked it as a tourist destination. Unless it's AuthenticZ. I don't think it is. It might be. Also, talk about AuthenticZ. Authentic Peach's account on Discord was hacked. And was passing around to people. Very, very, very big shame. Feels bad, man. Sorry that happened. I've never... I don't want to be that guy, but like, I just don't know how you... I don't know, quote unquote, fall for that, you know? Not saying that he did, because it can happen to anybody. Especially if, like, you're somebody that, you know, goes through a lot of people that have a bunch of links and everything. I totally get it. But I mean, like, I've seen it a few times, and I'm just like, no, go away from me. It's always like, oh, hi there, big man. Big strong man. Do you need some? You're like, I don't even know where I'm going. It's just like, oh, you're sexy. It's like on Facebook, you get those like random ads on Facebook, and it's like a big booby lady, and you're like, what the hell? And she just messages like, wow, you're really cute, you know, blah, 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 blah. Click my link and go to my, not even OnlyFans, like, just go to this random website you have no idea about. You're like, what? Who actually clicks this? They're like, oh, wow, I'm scoring big. Like, who does this? Yeah, we're tired. Maybe we can handle a few more zombies? That's fine. I don't know, like, I've never seen a point where I'm just like, oh, I should click this, you know? Like, they've just never gotten me, man. They're just haven't given me situations like, wow, I should click this. It's like, you know, click this or your entire family dies. I'm like, do it. I dare you. How so? How are you gonna do it? It's like the Momo craze when Momo was super insane. Like, people, you know, people thought their children were gonna, like, be killed by Momo and everything. If you guys don't know what Momo is, just go ahead and look her up. She's kind of spooky. She gives you some like goosebumps when you look at her, sure. I remember when that craze was going around. What was that, 2018 or something like that? 2018, 2019? Were the course of that. That's super interesting. I was just like, no! Do it, I dare you. You won't. You won't come and kill my family. I'm right here. I'm my family. Let's go. And then they just never showed up. I just sat there, awake all night. Day, night. All night. All day. I just watched. Looked under my bed, nothing. Looked in the closet, nothing. Checked under the carpet, nothing. No Momo. Nobody here to kill me. I'm like, ooh. You sons of bitches. How dare you? How dare you? And then you got like the Slender Man killings, the two teenage girls in like what, 2012, 2014, and two teenage girls that like stabbed the other girl to death because they were sacrificing to the Slendy Mans. Crazy. Yeah, that's a true thing. That's like a true event. Two, like, I don't know, they were like 12 or something. Yeah, that was an interesting spot in history. A very, very interesting moment in history. Where, a creepypasta actually killed people. So I guess, you know, these things are something you can fear. And instead of the things that you fear, it's the people that are introduced to them that you should fear. When in doubt, just fear people. That's what I do. I guess, you know, I don't know. I could fight a few more zombies. This drowsiness isn't too bad. I'm able to kill zombies pretty efficiently. 4 hits. Where? I'm gonna do my best Lucille Bell impression. Right there. Don't worry about it. Where? Come on, ladies. Get it over with. I don't know. What's some of the crazy things that you've heard in history? Like, not even just history, just like, maybe like, what's the craziest creepypasta or something like that you've ever heard of? I know probably one of my most feared one is the one that, like, the Russian sleep study one. Which, I don't know, it might be real. In some ways, like, you go crazy after, what, 78 hours of sleep? You actually start to go crazy? Because the world record of no sleep is like 10 days. And that dude was absolutely bonkers insane after 10 days of no sleep. If you guys don't know the Russian sleep study, you need to go ahead and look that one up. That's spooky. That is just straight up spooky. That is not a fun time. Let's check this bad boy. It's got a key. No gas. I want to check under the hood. This looks like a really decent truck. It has no license plate. 75% engine quality is amazing. I don't think that's better than mine. I think mine's in like the 90s or something. I have no idea. I know my new sports car is like, my new sports car, guys. My new sports car is like 95 or something like that. Maybe 98, something crazy. But Vynxx, the year's 1993. I'm talking about the engine quality. Not the engine condition, the engine quality. Man, explaining those two differences to brand new players is insanely hard. They're like, but they're like, the engine's at 90, is at 100. I'm like, no, but the engine quality's at like 43. It's terrible. They're like, it's not terrible though, the condition. I'm like, dude, I understand. I know, I get it. I know you want it to be good, but I promise you it's not. Like, oh. Anyways, I'll see you guys when we get back. Alright, we're back. And what did I tell you? Now they're gonna start spawning with a ton of those. Those MSRs, 788s, and the other version of it that I can't think of the name right now. We're just gonna go ahead and round up these zombies and snuff them out, kill them. Kill them dead. Come on there, friends. Got nothing else to live for instead of a nice push to the crowbar. So I had this thought while I was driving around and whatnot. You know, oh, it's actually not one of those rifles. It's just a shotgun. But either way, zombies are going to be spawning with a lot more firearms now that it's been a little bit longer. Oh, there's zombies. Stop breaking my balls here, zombies. Let's go. But, you know how they added, oh, he's got a paintbrush too. You know how they added, power lines and everything? Now, I wonder what, if they're just going with the cosmetic route with that. What the hell is Adventure Quest 3D? Anyway, I wonder if they're just gonna go for the cosmetic route or if they're gonna go for like a functionality route. I hope if they go for a functionality route, which, you know, would be kind of nice. Would be really nice to see, you know, power be on again, like having street lights and everything. If they go for more of a functionality route, then I hope that they don't make it so that zombies can hit power lines or anything. I think it'd be really lame. I just had that thought, I'm like, oh, what if they make it so that power lines actually are useful, you know, and you have to basically guard power lines or something like that. Kind of like a zombies hate electricity type of thing, which is just a game trope, and I don't like that whatsoever. I mean, sure, power lines might make sound, but let's be honest, they really don't. They're not like buzzing loud, except for maybe like the large ones, like the big honking boys, which I highly doubt human hands could bring one down. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe, I mean, like, I get how enough human hands can bring down, like, a normal wooden power line, but not one of the large ones. I don't know. What are your thoughts on what they're gonna do with those, or if they're gonna bring, power back to Knox County, or allow you to have power back to Knox County? Something tells me that they won't, because considering they're going towards the long-term survival type of deal, where you're gonna have blacksmithies and everything, families, lineages, and the sorts. Like, if you're gonna have to protect it against zombies, do you have to protect it against raiders as well? You know? I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I'm really curious about what the future of Project Zomboid's gonna be, or what it's gonna look like. If it's gonna be like the same, not isometric, but if it's gonna look the same, if it's gonna feel the same. I don't know. Apparently they're trying to add, like, not just 3D models, but like, what do you call it? Z levels. I mean, there already are Z levels. I've heard of a post saying that they want to add, basements into the game. I don't know where I heard that, but I remember hearing something about how Indie Stone wants to add basements to the game. Now, that's a really cool idea. Basements sound really terrifying. My whole thought on Project Zomboid is that I want a cooler looking Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. You know the Romero style Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Obviously, because they're never gonna add I don't want to say interesting zombies, but they're never gonna. I've never done that. Well, that's there. They've never added any. Well, they said that they're never gonna add any special zombies, quote unquote, like Left 4 Dead zombies or anything. Which I believe that. I don't think they really want that. I think they just want like a complete survival simulator, like a complete zombie survival simulator. And I really hope that they go far with that idea. Let's see that again. Yeah, just litter. Who cares? Who cares? It's the apocalypse. It's the alpacalypse, and we ain't on a multiplayer server. This is all me, baby. It's all me. We got some guys coming. I was hoping that we'd break our moderate exertion by the time we get down here, but evidently we did not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sit down until these guys get a little bit closer. Then we're gonna go ahead and speed up and get on up. Yeah. I'm gonna go on this side. Come on there, friendlies. Bam. I wonder if there's a mod that makes it so that everything. But I guess it's impossible, because if there's a modded item that gets on the ground, I know we've talked about this in the past, but if there's a modded item that's on the ground, it's because it doesn't match the ID that's already attached to it. If that makes any sense. Yeah, there's a whole lot of ID stuff in this game. Would you believe it? Would you go ahead and believe that? All right, we sat down a little bit. We can press on forward. I think I made some bowls of soup. Yeah, we did. Good. We're actually running out of water. We need another rain. I need more cauldrons, more pots, so that I can make more soup. Because what I like to do is just leave the pots out and then make the soup out of the tainted water. Considering you don't have to boil it at that point or use any of your water supply. And I need to get, and with that in mind, and then I need to also get some more rain barrels, which I can make right now. That's actually not an issue. That's the best part. Where did I put my truck? I think I put it down this way. Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, Where's My Car is such a great movie. That is a classic movie. My wife hates movies like that, but I mean, like, it's classic, man. It's just a feels good movie. It's one of those movies. Like, you don't have to think. You just watch it and you're like, oh, that's stupid, but I love it, you know? Zartan! Or whatever it's called? I can't remember. I haven't watched that movie in a minute. It's been a solid minute since I've watched that movie. And by minute, I actually mean the millennial sense of probably a decade. Probably a decade. If I really want to put a time frame onto there. Yeah, probably like 12 years. Yeah, easily. I don't know. It's just like if a movie's not on Netflix, or if it's not on any other platform that you're willing to pay for, like why would you buy it? Why would you buy movies anymore? Do any of you guys actually buy like DVDs or Blu-rays anymore? Because I don't. I haven't bought a DVD in 8 years, easily. No, probably like 6 years. I think I remember getting the Shaun of the Dead DVDs about 6 years ago. Where's your ear, lady? Look at her ear, it's gone. Might be the side of her face, I don't know. That seems awful. Come here there, ladies. Get out of the road, please. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, she's not gonna have anything. We're gonna go ahead and destroy this walkie-talkie. We have no use for it. Absolutely no use for it. It's not like we have multi-helicopters or anything. I would have set up multi-helicopters. I know I've said this before. Oh, I didn't put that away. Whatever. I know I've said this before, but I don't know. It just once you know how to deal with the helicopter, you know how to deal with it every single time. It's not that it gets annoying after that. In fact, I mean, it does pull a lot of zombies. It would pull a lot more zombies to me other than me having to go towards the zombies, which isn't an issue whatsoever. I'm surprised this is still here. It's been a couple of days. But at the same time, I don't know. I just don't see it as a difficulty. Like, anytime I've ever heard of anybody doing these runs, like 16x, multi-helicopters, zero to hero, it's never the helicopter that kills them. It's never their low stats that kills them. It's like a sneaky zombie in a tree that kills them, you know? At least that's how it's always been for me. It's like, oh man, that zombie came out of nowhere. He's a ninja. I've got assassins on me. You know, it's usually that for all the guys that are guys and gals, she, he, and theys that play this game and are like experts at this game. You know what I'm talking about. It's like you can go years, even though I've never seen anybody go past a single year. I know there's a run that supposedly is 10 years, but I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm a skeptic. I'm definitely a skeptic when I see somebody who died after 10 years and then a single month. I just don't believe it. It's like a give up at that point. But for those who know, you know. It's no tea, no shade. But it's only my opinion, man. It's like my opinion. But once you get up to those higher months of survival, like over 300 hours in one of the runs, you're just like, I don't know if it's you just giving up or just getting complacent. It's probably a little bit of both. But you just like let down your guard. You go into here, you're like, there's no zombies in this area. You just walk through there, there's like 50 zombies just hiding, you know, discreetly in trees, and they just come after you. You're like, dead. Interesting. Has that been around this entire time? I don't know if I've ever recognized the little flies. I know when they added the flies, I just never, I guess, saw the flies, or I guess paid attention to them. I'm today's years old. On there, pink shoes. Although, if you ever get in that situation where there is a zombie, if you notice a zombie that's in a tree, like let's say you're right here, a zombie's right there, you just run. Just, as soon as you see it, just hit sprint. Just hit the shift. Hit shift or alt. Whatever your running sprinting key is. Use iframes. Until it's too late, you know, obviously. It's not every single time you can use iframes. Sometimes they get that grab action before you can even think about it. Should I pull up? You know, that's the thing. I've got a lot of... I got about 4 things of thread and a couple hundred rip sheets that I can use. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the higher points of tailoring, probably the first 2 or something like that, and then I'm gonna start ripping up clothes again, because the first levels of tailoring, you just don't get that many things of thread. But after like the first or second level, then you start getting a ton of thread. Makes it a little bit more easy. Yeah, I must have just not paid attention to the flies. I love how it's instant, too. I don't know if I'm going to bring that little trailer. I don't think there's a real reason for me to grab that since we have the big trailer. Do I want to check out the US mail service? I guess we can figure this out, I guess. Whatever. Paper clips? They don't even have paper clips in here. What gives? This place probably has tons of zombies in it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nice little yell and then run out. Because this has 2 floors. Why does this mail service have 2 floors? That's insane. I'm not gonna hit it. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing in there that I really care for. That I imagine that's in there, you know? It's just a mail spot. I don't think it's gonna have anything that we really want. It's probably just all office supplies. Nothing but office supplies. Which we don't really need. There's no need for it right now. Not yet, at least. Until we start wanting to do posters and whatnot, so we can get a mass amount of paper. When in doubt, we can always just add the mod that allows you to tear sheets out of notebooks, which is an amazing mod. I don't know why that's not in the game already. Ooh, a dolly. So if you guys don't know, I'm collecting dolls. No one asked. It's fine. It's for a higher purpose, I promise. Alright, let's go get inside. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke a cigarette while we drive on into the sunset. There's my stool. Hi there, Mr. Stool. Did you see that? Alright, there we go. Alright, this is gonna take some time. Take some time to realize. Oh god, I just remembered that Drake Bell is a pedophile. Oh no. I can't sing the Drake and Josh song without thinking about that. At least Josh Peck is good. At least he's a good guy. From what we know, at least, you know. We don't know whether he's a bad dude or not. But we have no evidence that says that he's a bad dude. Well, Josh Peck is, or not Josh Peck, but Drake Bell is just, or whatever his new name is now, is absolutely bad shit insane. There we go. See, Crowbar's good as hell. Crowbar's really good. Croby's nice. He does that good work. That's his new name, is Croby. It's like Crowbar, but better. There we go. Soon this is how every weapon that we have is gonna be. Once we have every weapon at level 10, we're gonna be like, oh, what weapon should we use today? Let's go ahead and use a knife. And we're just gonna absolutely obliterate with knives. They're like, ooh, we have a bunch of police, I always want to say police baton. We have a bunch of nightsticks. Let's just go ahead and use these nightsticks. Shazam! Look at all these screwdrivers. Let's just go ahead and destroy with some screwdrivers. Thousands of spears? Let's go. Why not? Easy. Easy. You know what I like about the game's mechanics when it comes to reading? Like, if you were to get to level, like 6 and something, and you still got the level, or like the 3 multiplier in the game, I think reading would be a lot less effective. I mean, technically it would still be more effective because you get 3 times the experience from reading, but at the same time, I don't know, it just seems like no matter what, you're gonna be spending a ton of time doing meaningless tasks forever anyway. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on well, I mean, I guess if we haven't seen anything, because the Indie Stone hasn't shown us any real idea of how they're doing the new skill tree, or not skill tree, but I guess skill tree. Almost slept. Imagine accidentally sleeping in it and then a horde zombie coming at you. That would be awful. But yeah, I wonder how the new skill tree or whatever they're planning is going to be like. What I'm really more curious about is professions. I mean honestly, how they change professions will really not make or break me, but really point me in the direction whether or not I'm gonna be enjoying this game in the farther future. You know, if professions aren't fixed, because right now they're terrible. Believe it or not, professions are bad right now. They're just not good. I guess I can go ahead and dismantle these. I'm not looting any of these zombies, and that's an issue. I hear you in there. Yeah, come to me. I don't want to deal with you. In there. Just come to me, buddy. I'm doing work. I'm going to work. And there's a machete that I missed, apparently. Where is he? Where? Come on. Where are you at? It keeps on missing. Yeah, that's another machete. I'm going to add that to the list of weapons that I need to use. It's not that I don't need to use. But that I want to use it. I mean, the machetes are good now. Machetes are really nice. They do tons of damage right now. Where were those? They were somewhere in here. Here's the camera. I'm missing it. Let's go ahead and dismantle that camera. And then there's another one. I got these quick eyes, man. There's tons of zombies down here. Absolute tons and tons of zombies with tons of loot that we need to sift through eventually. Especially if we want to get electrical to level 10. Getting electrical to level 10 is going to be probably the worst thing. Because I think it's like 1,300 or 1,800 watches, just even with quick learner and books. It's like 1,800 watches if you want to get to level 10 electrical, which is a ton. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, 1,800 watches, that's not that bad. Oh, but it is. I was on a server that they made, for some ungodly known reason, they made watches the currency, which is just the dumbest idea. I don't know if I talked about that on these episodes, but like, they had watches as the currency, and they sold the Daphne thing from AuthenticZ, like the little Daphne statue from it. I guess it's not AuthenticZ. I think that's Pit Stop. Either way, they sold the Daphne's mannequin for 200 watches. Now, or it might have been like 1,000 watches or something like that. I don't know. It's some minuscule number, kind of, not really. I think it might have been like 200 watches. But they had to take multiple vehicles and multiple like bags full of watches just to do that. I'm like, it's not worth it. I don't care. What, like 200 watches was a lot. It might have been 1,000 watches. That had to have been something stupid, because it was quite a hefty trade. What's this lady got? Let's go put these on the ground. Not the Deagle. Deagle doesn't have anything. But yeah, I just like, man, that's just so crazy. And then we got the lovely Dark Moriarty to make a nice little mod, a little currency mod for ours, but has recently been outdone, I suppose. Even though I still like my golden gears, man. Something about dismantling watches and getting like coins from it was really nice. Let's see, dismantle this camera, and it also gave you experience. Dismantle this. There we go. And we have tons of things. I'm gonna keep these light bulbs because they're very useful. Amplifiers and the aluminum. Aluminium, which that's the American spelling, so don't at me. I know what I'm saying. There's actually multiple pronunciations of aluminum. There's even the original pronunciation of aluminum being alum. And then it went to aluminum, and then British just started calling aluminium for some odd reason. And then they were like, you know what, British people have just been saying aluminium so many times, we're just gonna add that to the dictionary and give it the same description. That is factual, by the way. That is 1000% factual. It originated as alum, or something similar to that, I can't remember. And then it went to aluminum, and then British people were like, yeah, let's fucking call it aluminium. And then the whole world's like, just got bullied by Britain, you know, yet again, to calling it aluminium. I remember I talked to a lot of like some of my American friends, and they'd be like, yeah, that's aluminium. I'm like, no, the US pronunciation of aluminum is aluminum. They're like, no, but it's actually pronounced aluminium. I'm like, no, it's not. I promise you. Look it up. It's completely different spellings. Same thing, different spellings. I promise you. So there. There's a nice little kooky tip of the day. As we retake what we've already taken in this town. There we go. Man, getting tired at 7 o'clock sucks. What are we, me? Getting tired at 8 o'clock and going to bed at 9? What is this? Real life? Hey, I'm just gonna go sit on this bench. Who cares? We're gonna go ahead and sit on this bench and, I don't know, probably do something. Maybe call it a day or something. Yeah, you know what? That's it for me, folks. If you like my content and you want to see more, do consider liking, subscribing, and ringing that bell. Do consider checking out some of my links down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.